Welcome to Projects for All. My name's Mike, and today we're going to do one of my favorite topics, the Milwaukee heated jacket. This Milwaukee heated jacket is about 4 years old. I've been wearing it almost nonstop for 4 years until I got this one. This is this year's version. I bought it in the fall, and I've been wearing this nonstop since then. This is basically for cutting the grass and snow plowing and stuff. So let's get in here. I'll show you the differences. If you have the old style jacket and are thinking about buying the new one, there are some key differences. I'll show you that. We'll check out the power packs and the differences there. And then we'll bust out the big thermal camera and we'll have a look and see what the real difference is between the old style and the new style. Let's check it out. So here's my original jacket. We're undoubtedly going to find some dust. We are in the garage and we're going to find some cat hair in this video, so I apologize in advance. I cleaned this stuff as best I could and they went through the wash yesterday, both of them. So here is a rock solid 4 years of use and the wear that you can expect. Just fraying on the ends. The liner is still intact. Pretty much everything is still intact. I did blow out one of the pockets. One pocket almost is non-existent. You just stick your hand into the liner. But it's still a pocket, so that one's good. It's this one here. I must push down. You can see I get my hand pretty much all the way inside here. So that pocket's blown out, but it's probably from me pushing all the time down in the pockets. The bottom doesn't have much wear. Oddly enough, I don't know if you can see it in this, but see these weird creases right here? This jacket 4 years ago came out of the box with these creases and they never went away. No matter how many times I washed this thing, it was always the same. This is the button style on the old Milwaukee jacket. Both of these, the new and the old, have basically the same pockets. They have an outside pocket on the inside. On the opposite side, they have another inside pocket. I forget this one is here. I've never used these upper pockets. I used about 4 rollers to get rid of the cat hair on this, and you can see it's just a magnet for hair. This is the only part that attracts pet hair. So if you have a pet, it's just the top that you really have to hit with the roller, which is, I guess, not too bad. It really doesn't stick to the outside or the liner, which is nice for a household that has cats, you know, or dogs. These are both size large, and every other piece of clothing I own is extra large. I'm about 6'1", about 230. I prefer in a heated jacket, and especially one that I'm going to do work in, for it to be a little form-fitting. That way there's not a lot of loose material get caught on things and get snagged. So I tend to buy work clothes a little bit tighter than I would normal clothes, just for that reason. One of the key differences from this jacket to the other one is the sleeves. The sleeve on the new one is almost feels like canvas. It's not stretchy at all. The old ones had a little bit of stretch to them and a little bit of flex. So it was nice for like the elbow. When you bend your arm, you get that flex back there. This jacket was a little more accommodating than the new one. So here's the new version of this. There's the button pattern on this, updated style buttons. So far, and we're talking, what, 3-4 months I've had this now. No real discernible wear on this. There are some stains that for some reason won't come out. There's one over here, and that's really it for wear. There are a couple key updates here, and once we get the power packs out, I'll show you my favorite key update to this. But this jacket is a little bit tighter than the other one, and when I first got it, I was kind of disappointed that this one didn't fit as well as the old one. But I mean, 4 years of being stretched out, you know, and constant wear will do that. So this one has the same fabric soft liner at the top, except here, instead of ending here, the new jacket, it goes to the very ends. This is also a large. Both of these jackets have the ability to pull with an elastic cord the bottom tight, so you don't get any air leaks on the bottom. I never do that, but it has that option. Both of them have Velcro, so you can make the sleeves a little tighter if you want. But there isn't a whole lot to say about this one. Freaking cat hairs. There isn't a whole lot, and it went right back on there. There isn't a whole lot I can say about the new one that I didn't just say about the old one. They are very similar. So here's the power pack that came with the original jacket. You have USB-A, so you can use this as a power supply if you want to charge your phone. It had a button on top, so you can tell how charged the battery is. These, of course, take the M12 drill batteries. I got 3.0s for both of them. You can put the square bottom 4 or 5 in these. I have done it, and it's not comfortable, but you can do it, and you'll get a ton of life out of them. Here's the new style power pack. This one has 2 barrel plugs, and I'll show you the plug difference here in a minute from one jacket to the next. The old one has the single. So you can use the new power pack with the old jacket and just plug it into the single large barrel connector. But obviously you can't plug the new jacket in to one of these old style power packs. Power supply, I guess I should call it. So we got a little rubber door on that. On the top here, we have a USB button, which shows us our battery charge. This one, thankfully, is USB-C. So you can charge right through here, or you can use the USB-C to power a device by pressing this. You can see I turn it on and off. So that's the main difference. They are a little different in size. The new one doesn't have this thing poking out, which is nice, but it is a little bit taller. So there's a trade-off there, but I would take this one over the old one any day. It just fits a little bit better, and the jacket's designed a lot better, and that's one of the biggest takeaways from this video. These are the left front pockets, and then there is a pocket right behind it. These are for the battery. The front ones are for your hands, just like any jacket has. So this is the old jacket, this is the new. The new one, they did away with the little flap to protect the zipper, which is fine, it doesn't really matter. This old one, the 2 pockets were connected. So what you could do, you plug your power pack in, you can wear the power pack behind you where, let's say, your left kidney is, and it would sit back here. Or if you wanted to, you could flip it to the front pocket just through this opening. For some reason this is hard to do while I'm not wearing it, but then it would sit in your front pocket. So if you're sitting in the car and it's hitting you, you're sitting on it, you can put it in the front pocket and then move it back, which obviously is a nice feature. The problem with this is if you have it in the back here and zipped up, if you lean forward, it falls out of this pocket. And a lot of times it'll come unplugged and then the battery goes flying. It happens all the time and it's freaking annoying. The new jacket has the same pocket in the front, but these pockets are no longer connected, which is awesome. So they were smart with this one. I'm sure that was a serious complaint. There's your plug with the 2 barrel connectors. Plugs in like so. You wear it in the back here, and the positioning of this is better. So in the back here, it doesn't seem to get me in the car seat as much. When I sit in my truck, I don't seem to get this caught between my body and the seat like I did with the old jacket. Now, this one also has a front pocket, but it's behind this pocket. So gone are the days where this could ever fall out. So now the battery pack is in the front, right in front here where it's comfortable and it's out of the way, but you cannot access it through this pocket. And it can't fall out, which is freaking awesome. The reason I don't wear these Milwaukee jackets in videos, and you've actually probably never seen me with one, is because of the fabric that they use. This one's a lot quieter. The new one is loud, and I worry about the microphone, which is right here, and this moving around and causing noise. That's why you see me wear like soft clothing like this, because you move around, there's no noise. So we got the thermal camera. Let's put it on low. I'm gonna do this on the table rather than wearing it. And let's have a good look at it. I'll set it on each heat settings. We'll see the temperature. We'll see where the heat distribution is. And then we'll put the new one up here and we'll do the same thing. We'll start at low, medium, and then high, and I'll show you all of them and the temperatures. Let's check it out. All right, so the jacket is about 51 degrees, smack in the middle there, per the thermal camera, where the toolbox behind it, about 40.5 degrees. The garage is telling me it's about 56 degrees in here overall. Feels warmer than that, but I guess after so many days of negative 10 degrees, that'll do it to you. All right, so I'll put this is the old one. We're gonna put it on low, and let's see what it produces. 60, 62. So we are, yeah, like 64 with just the one coil that goes across the back there. But she's a glowing 64. Keep in mind the thermal low point here is 43, 40 degrees. The reason that's glowing so hot is because of the difference between the toolbox behind it. So about 64 degrees on low, put it on medium, see where it leads us. 78.3, jumped up almost immediately, 79, but there we go. And you can see the coils in the bottom there are starting to heat up a little bit. I'll grab the thermal camera and get close here in a little bit. We can see where the actual heat is. So medium setting, looks like we topped out about 83. And there's high. All right, so we're maxing out about 111 on the back there. Actually, let's throw this on the table, see if I can get a better. So it's kind of crazy, actually. I expected to see more coils in here. Believe it or not, I've never used this fancy thermal camera on this jacket. So you get 3 coils, about here to here in the back, and then a couple coils in the front on either side here, right there on either side. $92. The one in the back is the big dog. 104 right now. 104. And then you get the pockets. So we get not nearly as warm. 64, maybe 65. You can point it right in the pocket, see it. And there you can see the warmth in the pocket there. There's your coil. There's your in the pocket coil right there. Well, that's what we got with this one. And now let's go look at the brand new one, because the brand new one is supposed to have like a mesh of wire in it instead of these big coils. And that's reflected in the styling. And let's see if it really means something. So there's the honeycomb pattern that's on the inside of the liner. And I believe they called it hexagon. So this was advertised as if the coils inside it are this design, and it's better. I didn't buy it for that reason. I bought it because my jacket was worn out and I kind of needed a new one because it was looking ratty. 46 degrees, right smack in the middle there. Started off on low, and wow, that was fast. We're already up to 66, 67, 68. Whoa, this is on low. So there it is on low. 80 degrees, 82. I mean, you could argue that the old jacket is just worn out. The coils are, you know, shot. The efficiency is down. But there's 81 degrees on low. There's medium. Let's see what it does. Honestly, you can feel the warmth difference from this new jacket to the old. And looks like we're about 94 degrees. That was fast too. One thing about this new jacket, I will tell you, it heats up almost instantly. It's crazy. I mean, crazy good. 104, almost. 105, 106. Man, you can't beat this. 110.3. Looks like 110 is where it might top out. Well, let's throw it on the table and we'll have a look at the coils and see if we can see that pattern. Well, that's wild. Coils are even smaller in this one. This is for sure warmer, but a smaller surface area, and you get two strips on the inside here. That is not impressive at all, but you can feel the warmth for sure. It's a very small surface area of heat. It's literally just right there. You can see my handprint. And then for the pockets, you can feel the heat in the pockets in this one. Where's my fancy mesh? So I've actually really been enjoying this versus the old style. And I'm kind of shocked that the coils are smaller on this. The heating element's smaller, apparently, than the old one. But that centralized heat, it's warmer. This jacket feels warmer than the old one did. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think? Would you upgrade? Is there a brand that you prefer? Just about every tool company, plus millions of Amazon kind of generic companies, have heated stuff now. It's not as exclusive as it was when Milwaukee started doing it, you know, and I don't even know if they were the first. They're just the one that's available in my area. You can walk down to Home Depot and $200 walk out with one, which is what I did twice. So you guys tell me what you think. By the time this video airs, there should be brand new social media. Check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a brand new Discord server, and you can post videos and pictures and keep this discussion alive for all the tools that we check out. And there'll be some updates on some broken stuff and things that didn't work out so well. Go on there, check it out, say hello. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments of this video. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.